this way. There is a chance that we won't finish this interview, that our interview will be cut short by a thermonuclear war. And if it doesn't happen today, it could happen tomorrow, or it could happen the next day. The point I'm trying to make is we live in a world where tensions are so high and the threshold for the use of nuclear weapons have been dropped so low on both sides that one mistake, one miscalculation, one misjudgment could lead to a nuclear exchange. And it will not be limited to simply a tactical nuclear weapon dropped in Europe or one dropped in Ukraine or anything. Once it begins, it doesn't end until there's a general nuclear exchange. And it will only take, between 40 minutes to 3 hours for the world to be destroyed. And that's the life, everybody. And I want everybody to understand that this is real. If you're listening to this program, your entire life, the future you think you have, could be over that quick. And you're going to ask yourself, well, how did this come about? It sort of snuck up on us. We've been complacent, and we've allowed our respective governments, whether it be in the United States, whether it be in Great Britain, whether it be in France, whether it be in Russia, to let the nuclear genie that we were trying to stuff back into the bottle in the 1980s and 90s through arms control, which I played a very important role in. We don't have arms control anymore. We don't have disarmament. All we have is new nuclear employment doctrines that are forward-leaning, and that, like I said before, have lowered the threshold for the use of nuclear weapons to such an extent that nuclear war could happen at any second.
And Scott, let's talk.
First and foremost, before we get started, I'd like to give all praises and honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rikah Kwadash, and the ourselves great millstone, Wallens is truth, and also to those elect that is scattered abroad. I like to say, Shalom, and come back here today with another great, powerful lesson to the spirit and the power of Yahweh by Hashem Abishai. And the type of day lesson is, suddenly shall it come. So I like to say Shalom to all our listeners and learners. Hope to sweep you today and guide you back in the path of righteousness and back to your true power, which in fact is Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai. So before we start today's lesson, let's go to the book of Revelation chapter 11 and verse 14. The second woe is past, and behold, the third woe come quickly. So we already knowing about World War II, which in fact was the second woe, and woe going to destruction. Behold, the third woe come quickly, which in fact is what? World War III. So you seen in that video whereby, the guy was talking about that, that any given time, that total destruction come upon us, thermonuclear war. And that's what we're constantly warning you about. This place is getting ready to be totally destroyed. In the middle of law, we're constantly sighing and crying left and right. But a lot of our people are still constantly what? Not considering the signs of the time, are not aware, constantly going on with their daily lives, not even thinking about that this world is coming to a abrupt end. And one thing about when that transition of power, a lot of people right now in La La Land, thinking that it still have time, still thinking that, hey, everything will be all right, but nothing is going back the same. It's getting ready to be total destruction, great death and destruction. You know what I'm saying? The beginning of sorrows and great mourning, great persecution, great tribulation. It is at the door. Let's read this once again. Revelation chapter 11 and verse 14. The second woe is past, and behold, the third woe come quickly. That's what we constantly warn you left and right. All of a sudden, these things is going to just constantly come upon you. Right now, a lot of people are not seeing it right now. They're not, they're not believing. But one thing about it, it's going to happen when you're not watching, when you're not praying. You know what I'm saying? When you're not seeking the Lord, which in fact are the 2/3. We're constantly warning you. And one thing about it is the Lord is getting ready to show forth his great power very soon. Also, the great fear of the Lord is fast approaching. And one thing about it, we cannot wait. That's why the Lord constantly warns you. This is not your rest. This place is getting ready to be totally destroyed. This is the temporal world. In the middle of the Lord, we're constantly warning you left and right. Once again, the second woe come is past, which in fact is World War II. The second woe is past, which in fact is World War II. And behold, the third woe come quickly. World War III, it has begun, but things are getting ready to what? To escalate. Things are getting ready to what? To get out of hand that you have never seen before. So now, let's go here. A very quick let's do the spirit and power. Yahweh Shema Shai. Let's go here to Jeremiah chapter 51 and verse 46. Jeremiah chapter 51. Let's go here because that's what we're hearing left and right. Jeremiah chapter 51 and verse 46. And it reads, no, let's just go up a little bit more here. Let's get a little bit more meat. Let's go ahead to verse 45. Jeremiah chapter 51 and verse 45 said, my people, go ye out of the midst of her, and deliver ye every man his soul for the fierce anger of the Lord. Verse 46, unless your heart faint, and ye fear for the rumor that shall be heard in the land. A rumor shall both come 1 year, and after that in another year shall come a rumor, and violence in the land, rulers against rulers. So that's what we constantly seeing left and right. We're seeing a great change that's happening in the land. Also, we seeing that the nation is divided. We seeing rumors of what? A war. We constantly warning you about things could go nuclear at any given time. Thermonuclear war, total destruction. That's what's in the news right now. That is what's in the air. It's very trending right now. And also, this truth is constantly being declared out through the four corners of the earth. Then shall the end come. So right now, a lot of people, what I'm saying, we're going to have a vexation of spirit. People going to have a faint heart. A lot of people are going to give up the ghost because when they see all this destruction that is coming, it is fast important. That's why we have to flee out of the midst of Babylon. Flee out of this mindset. Flee out of this gross darkness and come back under that total subjection to Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai. That's what we constantly warning you left and right. Just like the man said in the video, what it was Scott Ritter, said that, hey man, it might not be even be able to finish that video because that's how very close that we are. We are so very close of the signs of the time, and also the prophecies are speaking loud and clear. We're constantly warning you left and right, and these things are constantly happening left and right. It is here. It is at the door. We're constantly warning. A rumor shall be heard in this year and also in another year. That's what we constantly hear. Rumors of wars. You know what I'm saying? Nations are rising against nations. You know what I'm saying? And rulers against rulers. A lot of things that happen. If a nation is divided, it cannot stand. The Lord is getting ready to usher in the kingdom of heaven that dwells in righteousness. That's what we constantly want. Suddenly it shall come to pass. And a lot of our people right now going to get caught up in that even that. Let's get that right now. I'm just rolling in the spirit, just a lesson rolling in the spirit. Even though that we're having a lot of adversity and a lot of affliction that is brought upon us, but we're going to constantly persevere because we know that the Lord is getting ready to bring it to a close because we trust and believe in Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai. As this nightmare is getting ready to end. We cannot wait. Ecclesiastes chapter 9 and verse 12, he said, for a man also knoweth, said not his time as the fishes that are taken in an even net. And as the birds that are caught in the snares are a trap, so are the sons of men snared in an evil time when it falleth suddenly upon them. That's what's getting ready to happen. A lot of people gonna get caught up in this evil net, Jacob's trouble, the hour of temptation, also this MOTB, these lying wonders. We're constantly warning you left and right. And also we know there's gonna be sedition among men, it's an insurrection. They shall be like madmen, sparing none. That's what we're constantly warning you about, left and right. Even though we sound like a broken record, we don't care. These are the times that we're living in. In the middle of the Lord, we're here. And we're constantly doing the Lord's will left and right. And also we know that the famine of the word is fast approaching. And one thing about it, you don't know what time that the Lord is coming. That's why we got to always be watching, always be praying. The signs of the time, they are here. They're right in front of our eyes. Suddenly shall they come. So now let's go here to 1 Thessalonians this is where we at. You see what's going on in the Middle East. In Ezekiel chapter 38, these things are constantly lining up. And we are very excited. We are very excited. First Thessalonians chapter 5 and verse 1 said, but of the times and season, brethren, ye have no need that I write unto you, because we know what time that we're living in. We know that we're in the end time, real time. So right now we're seeing that these prophecies are constantly lining up. The Lord's word is faithful and true. The Bible is the true book. Verse 2, for yourself know perfectly that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night. So it's going to come upon you unaware. That's why I titled this, the title of today's lesson, suddenly shall it come upon you, when you're not watching, when you're relaxing in your lead, when you're not even thinking about that, hey, this is not going to happen, that ain't going to happen. It's going to happen right before your eyes. And one thing about it is it's going to be a nightmare. You know what I'm saying? This place is getting ready to be a third world country. This place is getting ready to be totally destroyed with these thermonuclear fire. You know what I'm saying? These ICBM missiles are getting ready to to fly. We constantly warn you left and right. We are here. We're here. Verse 3, it said, for when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. So that's what we constantly warn you. So a lot of people going to be travailing like a woman with child. They don't know, they ain't gonna have no idea. They're not gonna have any ounce. They're gonna be bugged out of their mind, and great fear is gonna fall upon them. A vexation of spirit. They're gonna be like blind men. They are gonna be bugged out of their mind. Also, a lot of people going to give up the ghost. And one thing about it, we knowing that, I don't believe why is all of this is happening. You know what I'm saying? But when the Lord is gonna bring forth that judgment, we're constantly one. Peace and safety, or peace and security. We in peace and security right now. Everything is good. Everyone is eating good. As of the days of Noah, as of the days of right now, we already know what happened in Noah's time. We're seeing right now the same thing is playing out, but by fire this time. That thermonuclear fire. That's what we're constantly warning you each and every day through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua. Hey, we're here, it is at the door. A lot of people going to be travailing. A lot of people going to have a great vexation of spirit, and they shall not escape, because they did not choose their true power, which in fact is Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua. Verse 4 said, but ye, brethren, are not in darkness, that they should overtake you as a thief. Verse 5, ye are all the children of light and the children of the day. We are not of the night, nor of the darkness. So one thing about it, we're the children of light. Where the wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of time. We know exactly what time that we're living in. Let's read this once again. It said, verse 5 says, ye are all the children of light and the children of the day. We are not of the night, nor of darkness. So one thing about it, we already know the one that is constantly in darkness, that's walking in the congregation of the dead. They are spiritually dead. They're getting ready to be physically dead very soon. Those are the two-thirds, that rebellious house that did not want to return to Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua. The Lord said, let your light shine. And who is the one that letting the light shine and knowing what time that we're living in? Aware of the signs of the time. Those are the true believers of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua. Verse 6 said, therefore let us not sleep as do others, but let us watch and be sober. And we know a lot of people are constantly sleeping, constantly relaxing in their leads, thinking that they're a good case, happy-go-lucky. This is not going to happen, that ain't going to happen, in the house of mirth. And one thing about they are sleeping. While you're sleeping, the devil is constantly getting busy. And one thing about it, Lord had gave you a spirit of deep sleep, because he giving you a strong delusion of a reprobated mind, because you are a rebellious house. You did not want to return. You constantly want to do wickedly. You constantly want to do that thy will spirit. The Lord said, do not go in the ways of the heathens. And one thing about it, a lot of people are living like a heathen, or they're getting ready to die like a heathen. Verse 7 said, for they that sleep in the night, and they that be drunken are drunken in the night, the two-thirds. Verse 8 said, but let us who are in the day be sober, putting on the breastplate of faith and love, and for an helmet of hope of salvation. Now, put on the whole armor of Yahweh by Hashem Abishai. It shall sustain you in times of trouble. Verse 9, it said, For the Almighty has not appointed us to wrath, but to attain salvation by our Lord, Yahweh Shah Hamashiach. And one thing about it, Lord has not appointed us, the wrath, but for salvation. And one thing about it is, the 1/3, the one that he's coming back for, the one that's constantly sighing and crying, the one that's constantly, magnifying his name each and every day. We are not in darkness. We're not slumbering. We're not constantly, showing no regard or not unaware. We know exactly what time that we're living in. We know that these things will come upon us unaware. And one thing about it, that's why the Lord said, always be watching, always be praying, because the Lord is getting ready to show up and show out. Like a thief in the night. So let's get this one. Let's go ahead to Matthew chapter 24 and we'll close out. Matthew chapter 24, Salakia. Matthew chapter 24, I think it's around verse 42. Matthew chapter 24 and verse 42. And it reads, it said, Watch therefore, for ye know not what hour your Lord doeth come. So that's what we constantly warn you, left and right. A lot of people still don't know who they are, don't know who their true power is. They don't know what time that we're living in. They're not considering the signs of the time. They're not walking circumspect. They're not, man, one thing about it, we're here, man. We're constantly warning you left and right. Let's read this once again. Matthew chapter 24 and verse 42. Watch therefore, for ye know not what hour your Lord doeth come. That's why the Lord said, Behold, I come quickly. I will come like a thief in the night. The Lord's constantly giving you hints left and right. The Lord's getting ready to show up. This great devastation, this great destruction is right before. You know what I'm saying? This nuclear holocaust, thermonuclear fire is upon us. And we're constantly warning you left and right. You thinking that because you're eating good, you still have a job, you still have your family, your resources. But these things are getting ready to be taken away from you. The Lord's getting ready to what? To break the staff of the bread, which in fact your necessity, your well life, your support, your livelihood is getting ready to change. Poverty, homelessness, disease, pestilence, famine, starvation. A lot of things are getting ready to have great death, great mourning, great sorrow. It's right before our eyes. So now let's go to our last and final script, because what Scott Ritter says that, he might not even finish this video, could, things, this is how close that we are for all hell breaking loose. 2 Peter chapter 3 and verse 9 said, the Lord is not slack concerning his promise, as some men count slackness, but is long suffering to uswards, not willing that any should perish, but that all should come to repentance. So one thing about the Lord is not slack concerning his promise. Just like I say, his word will not return to void. It shall come to pass. So it's not prolonging anymore. And one thing about it is no more long suffering. The Lord's getting ready to execute judgment in the lands. Also, the Lord is getting ready to make it good and make it plain upon tables. Verse 10 said, but the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night, in which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat, and the earth also and the works that are therein shall be burnt up. So one thing about it, we already know that the Lord shall come like a thief in the night, when you're not watching, when you're not aware, thinking that you're a good case, relaxing in your leaves. And one thing about it, we know right now the heavens shall pass away. This earth this temporal world, when that transition of power, we're seeing it happening right before the vibration of the earth is changing. The Lord's getting ready to usher in the kingdom of heaven that dwells in right. And it also says shall pass away with a great noise. That great noise is what? The thermonuclear fire. A World War III, the last and final war, right before the great and glorious return of Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua. The thermonuclear fire, also that laser and chariot fire. The Lord's getting ready to destroy this place. We're constantly warning you left and right. They said the elements, everything was getting ready to be melted down. You are made of all sorts of elements. The Lord is getting ready to replenish the earth. The Lord is getting ready to refine the earth with that refining fire, which in fact is that laser and chariot fire, and also that thermonuclear fire. You know what I'm saying? We are very close. A nuke can go off at any given time. You know, war tensions are rising. The war drums are beating. You know what I'm saying? Any given time, this thing could pop off. And also said all the works therein. So this place is getting ready to be totally destroyed. We're constantly warning you left and right. There will be no inhabitant left here in Babylon the Great, which in fact is America. The Lord is going to totally destroy this place because this place is the most wicked kingdom that ever was erected. It's making Sodom and Gomorrah look like a welfare cake. This place is spiritually called Sodom in Egypt. You know what I'm saying? And the Lord is getting ready to totally decimate this place. He's getting ready to make an example out of this place. And also Esau, Edom. Verse 11 said, seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved, that, so like, let's start back up at the top again. 2 Peter chapter 3 and verse 11 said, seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved, what matter a person ought ye to be in all holy conversation and godliness. So one thing about it, you know, we got to keep that holy conversation, you know, constantly, you know, strive, you know, for this truth, you know what I'm saying, to death. And also, one thing about it, you know, knowing the will of the Lord. Wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of the time. And also our salvation is at the door. Verse 12 said, looking for and hastening unto the coming of the day of the Lord, wherein the heavens being on fire shall be dissolved, and the elements shall be melt with fervent heat. So that's where we at, you know, suddenly shall it come. So this place is getting ready to be totally destroyed. You know, the Lord is getting ready to destroy this place in 1 hour. And we constantly warn you left and right, any given day, these things can pop off. And one thing about it, you know, are you prepared? Are you putting on the whole armor of Yahweh by Shema Shai? The Lord require us to return to him because we are the chosen people of the Bible, the Negroes, the Latino, the Native Indians, you know. And one thing about it, you know, I'm talking to you. It's time to return to your true power while you still have time. That's why the elect, you know, the true believers of Yahweh by Hashem Shai, the house of day, we constantly what? Looking for and hastening unto the coming of the day of the Lord, Yahweh by Hashem Shai. Now we can't wait for this place to be totally destroyed. DTA Abab. Verse 13 said, nevertheless, we according to the promise look for a new heavens, you know, a new rulership and a new earth, the kingdom of heaven that dwells in righteousness, wherein dwelleth righteousness. You know what I'm saying? Let's read this once again. 2 Peter chapter 3 and verse 13. Nevertheless, we according to the promise look for a new heaven and a new earth wherein dwelleth righteousness, the kingdom of heaven that dwells in righteousness. Verse 14 said, wherefore, beloved, seeing that ye look for such thing, be diligent, that ye may be found of him in peace, without spot and blameless. So one thing about it is that we are very close to this time. Lord's getting ready to destroy this place, you know what I'm saying, with great power. You know what I'm saying? These IBCM missiles are getting ready to fly. The Lord is getting ready to return. We're constantly warning you left and right. We already know what's going on all around the world. We knowing that the devil is getting ready to come down with great wrath. We knowing that this time is upon us. We constantly warning you left and right. And one thing about it, we know that also famine of the word is fast approach. All these Bible prophets speaking loud and clear. We knowing that in the Middle East, things are constantly heating up. And also right here in our own backyard in Babylon the Great, America, he's talking about these Venezuela gangs, also about these sleepers here. A lot of things are coming into play. You know, these warning but what? Before destruction. That's what we constantly warning you left and right. So the title of the day lesson, once again, is suddenly shall it come. So I give all praises and honor and glory to Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shai by Hashem, Rekah Kwadash. I like to say, Shalom, Shalom.